beer is exceptionally good tasting, and that's what matters.
Homebrew
Coming at ya
with a beer review. This is one Christian can't remember if he had it or not. He thinks he had it. I think you did have this one.
I think I've had it on tap.
On tap. I think you had it at the... In fact, I may have had this on tap a few years ago at Hub. I think we had this.
Maybe.
But I think we had a few. At any rate, this is one that was handed to us from our good friend Jim. That's right, who's done reviews with us. Here it is. He had a bottle. I said, yeah, just take this one. We were doing a bunch of drinking at the house. We were doing game night over here, me and Jim and another friend, David. Here it is. It's the Kentucky Christmas from Hub Brewery. That's Hopworks Urban Brewery to you out of Portland, Oregon. It's their barrel-aged Abominable. And if you don't know what Abominable is, and you live in Portland especially, shame on you.
Yeah.
It's a great winter ale. I really do dig on it. It's a good one. Not to be confused with Fremont Brewing's Abominable, which is a whole different world and a different classification. But it is a hoppy winter ale, and they barrel-aged it at 7.8% ABV and 70 IBUs. And we're going to get into this right away. All right, so here we are. This is a very murky light brown. Yeah. That's how you describe it. I mean, a thin head. The head's kind of, I poured aggressively, and it's faded quickly.
Yeah.
And at 7.8%, it's not like it's like extremely high ABV. So,
but it is a winter ale, so I don't expect it to be clear.
Nah, I'm not worried about that.
So, ooh.
Well, okay, I will say I got a little ethyl alcohol off of it. Even at just 7.8%, I can smell the alcohol. But I got like a kind of like a caramel and toffee characteristics coming off of it.
Get a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you do get the ethyl alcohol. You get a little bit of...
I know that's a hoppy beer, but now we're now in March, and I don't know exactly the timing of this with barrel aging and everything. I don't know how long it was barrel aged. I get some hop characteristic on it, but I can't give you real distinct. I think I got a hint of citrus. Like a light citrus. Maybe like a light herbal, spicy characteristics. I get like a sweetness. I get like a light tropical
I get a little
earthiness.
Of bitterness. Get some tannins in there.
Oh, I can see that. So I think we're going to jump in and we'll talk about it. Cheers. It's a medium mouthfeel right off the top. On the backside, it's got this interesting kick. You get this oakiness with a little tannins. You get some sweetness, caramel toffee light. But I get this kick on my throat that makes me think of, I want to go back to citrus, like a citrus kick.
So, in the nose, I read it 100% correct. Tannins, oak.
Yeah.
A little bit of vanilla, much lighter than I expected it to be. You're getting maybe like a citrus rind to it, like orange zest.
There's a nice, moderate sweetness to it. And there's a lot of toffee along with the caramel. It's pretty equally balanced. I almost feel like I get a bit of butterscotch to it. A lot of tannin character.
Yeah, there's a ton of it on this.
Yeah.
It actually takes away from the whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, how much whiskey are you actually getting out of this?
I'm getting the oak. I'm not so much getting whiskey. For those of us that like Abominable, I rather like Abominable. It's a winter ale. It has some characteristics that remind me a little bit of a red too. Not fully to that end, but like an imperial red. A lot of places will beef up the grain bill because they know the barrels are going to thin it out. I think they did a little bit of that, but not much. And so you're not getting a super big mouthfeel. It's between medium and full. And a lot of the hop characters in Abominable are very bright. So you get some of that, but you get some of it where it's turned to slightly herbal and earthy. But it's not like a heavy black tea. Yeah, but it's not a heavy one. So we're kind of doing a swirl to get anything off the bottom into our glasses.
Gotta get the full flavor essence.
Yeah, see if that changed anything. See if we get some more characteristics from yeast off the bottom, possibly. I feel like I almost got a little more vanilla character, a little bit more from the yeast characteristics.
But get a little bit more of that earthy essence.
Mm-hmm. It's like a little smoother even, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the hop character, just a little bit more smooth. But it hasn't changed a great deal. Well, it's a fun beer to try. Christian and I have an affinity towards Hub because we had a fun time meeting Christian Ettinger some years ago. And just a great time there as he gave us a little private tour. In terms of the beer, though, we still have to be honest. We're not going to be swayed in any way.
Not at all.
So in terms of a winter ale, granted it's a barrel-aged winter ale, what do you think?
Barrel-aged winter ale, like, unfortunately I feel like this is maybe too new of a barrel. It had too many tannins in it. I'm actually, unfortunately, going to give it an 88 because I know what the original Abominable tastes like, and that's a really good beer.
Yep. For me, this doesn't taste like a winter ale. And actually, what's odd is that it tastes more like an English barley wine to me. Like a light English barley wine. In winter ales, it's tasty actually, but I can't rate it super high. I'm going all the way. I'm only going with an 86. Now, in terms of overall, though, what do you think?
You got the hot phone call coming in. All right. So what were we saying?
Overall, it's time for overall.
Well, overall for me, I'm gonna go down. It's just the fresh, like, tannins out of that barrel. I didn't get any of the whiskey at all. It was just almost a disappointment, especially knowing where the beer has started from. I'm gonna give it an 84. It's still a good beer. It's still enjoyable, but not meeting expectations.
Right. I do really appreciate getting both the caramel and the toffee characters in here. And I get that oak character. I love those qualities. On the other hand, it's not particularly spectacular. It's kind of odd. And I'm still going up a notch, though. I'm going to 87 for me. Always a fun try. Here it is again. It's the Kentucky Christmas from Hub. That's Hopworks Urban Brewery out of Portland, Oregon. This is Kevin.
And this is Christian.
And we're saying life is too short
to drink cheap beer.
And we'll see you
on the next beer review.